We don't know yet if Obama will pardon Hillary, but it sure looks to me as if he's gonna. If you look at his recent actions in pardons, you can see that he's paving the way for a pardon of Hillary. Start with Chelsea Manning, who leaked 35,000 pages of WikiLeaks secrets of U.S. secrets from all agencies to WikiLeaks that were denounced at the time as being horribly dangerous and deeply undermining of American security. She was sentenced to 35 years in a military prison and was ordered to serve the time in a male prison. And there have been all sorts of articles and complaints about the conditions under which she has to serve her sentence. There was a big article in the New York Times last week. And Obama pardoned her just yesterday. Now, if he pardoned Hillary but did not pardon Chelsea Manning, the gay groups would have been all over him and screaming and yelling and hollering, because Chelsea did essentially what Hillary did, and they would have really piled on. The second pardon was of Hoss Cartwright, who is thought to be Obama's favorite general. He was convicted by a military court of he was convicted of lying to the FBI about leaking to the media the details of our efforts to undermine the Iranian nuclear program. And he was due to be sentenced next week, but this pardon arrives in the nick of time to prevent him from even being sentenced. And the third pardon, of course, is Oscar Rivera, who is the Puerto Rican terrorist, the head of the FALN, whose group planted 130 bombs throughout the United States, and most famously planted the bomb that blew up Francis Tavern and killed several police officers and civilians. I think 4 people died, and was kind of the precursor of the 9/11 bombings. It was in the same neighborhood, and the blast was felt blocks away. And that led, of course, to the World Trade Center bombing and then to 9/11. He had served 35 or 40 years in prison, and when Bill Clinton pardoned the other FALN terrorists on condition that they agree not to be violent, he refused. And now he's changed his tune. He applied to the parole board, and Obama is granting him a pardon. Presumably that's so that the Latino community doesn't go crazy when he pardons Hillary. All of this, I think, is to lay the basis for pardoning Hillary. And have you noticed that Hillary has been in the background in recent months since the election? She hasn't been out there speaking. She hasn't been out there campaigning. She's lowered her visibility. And even while the other Democrats were pounding on Trump about Russia and the election results and all of that, she's been relatively mute. And I think that's because she wants a low profile so that a pardon could slip in without exciting tremendous rage. Of course it will, but her hope is that it wouldn't. Now, today's Wednesday, of course. Tomorrow, Thursday, I'm going to talk a bit about how difficult the challenges facing Trump are and how many they are. And then on Friday, after the inaugural address, I'll be back with a special lunch alert to talk about that. See y'all then.